Hi, I'm Jolene Engle with the Alabaster Jar blog, and today I'm addressing one of my readers' questions. She wrote in saying that she and her husband had been married for 9 years, and then they ended up divorcing for a year and a half, and they have since gotten back together. Her children, she has 3 children, not quite sure of the ages. She said that her children didn't really notice that there was much of a separation between her and her husband, but today she said, I feel like we're living in sin because we're not married. Well, yes, the Bible would say that you are living in sin. So her question is, what should she do about it? And this is such an easy solution. All you have to do is go down to the courthouse today and get married, and then you'll be your relationship with the Lord will be right in His eyes. You'll be in right standing with God, and your children. If you have a concern on what do you say to your children, it depends on their ages. If they're very, very young, they're not going to have any clue as to what mommy and daddy are doing. You could leave them with the sitter and just head down to the courthouse and get married. And if you've got some older ones, if they're spiritually mature enough to have that conversation, all you have to do is say, hey, we screwed up. We did something wrong according to the Word of God. And anytime you come to a child who is getting older, 10, 11, 12, 13, and on up, it's great that you're able to show them humility because you're really helping them to have humility for themselves when they grow older as well. I don't think any child enjoyed being raised by a parent who was filled with pride and thought they had all the answers and they were right and perfect, because that's just not reality. So if you've got your child's a little bit older and they kind of know that something, why is mommy and daddy going down to the courthouse? You could either choose to let them know why, or just have them go off with your parents or a sitter or something and go do that yourself. And then as they get older, I would certainly share with them, hey, we made some wrong choices, because that you're giving them some insight. You're teaching them discernment as well of, making the right choice and what's pleasing to the Lord and what's not. So you're righting a wrong in this instance. In James 5:16, it says the prayers of a righteous man availeth much. So what you're doing, because this woman wrote in saying that they are involved in serving at the church, and it's just like, you don't want your prayer life hindered. You want to make sure that you're living an honorable way and pleasing to the Lord. Yes, you can have a marital covenant between you and your husband. I know that there are some families that don't get married according to the state. But this wife wrote in saying that she felt that she was living in sin. And so when your spirit is unsettled like that, it's because something's not right. And this is easy to correct. And obviously if the husband does not want to do that, lots of conversations need to take place there, because that's not something that I would put up with. It's just like, okay, well, I'm not your wife and I won't be remaining in your bed. So until you're ready to man up and be a godly man, then, don't expect me to act like your wife. So I hope what I've shared has helped. And if you have any more questions, feel free to email me and I'll answer them in another video. God bless.